Hello, back at Cards Camp. Rich Gray, Bob Kemp, Ed Cole, NBCSports1060.com. As we get prepare now for a preseason game at the end of the week. Moving forward to that, Ed, there
Thank goodness.
Noticeable changes to the injury report. Some guys back, some guys out. What's the latest with that?
Yeah, for me, the biggest one is Sean Weatherspoon. I know they said they were going to do a run test for him today, and hopefully he'll be on that field tomorrow.
Test?
I didn't see the run test.
I didn't even see him.
No, I didn't see him either. I saw him in the post, afterwards. A couple of people were interviewing him, but I didn't see him on the field, no. But it'd be huge to have him back since he's not really been out there.
It would be helpful.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I talked about that on my show today, actually, that it would be important to get some sort of contribution from him. Contribution, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be the correct word, contribution from him. Yep, there you go, go
okay.
Devils. But just anything, if they could get average to above average play from him, I think in 2015, that would be better than expected, I think.
Absolutely.
I think it's got to be really above average because I don't know if any other linebacker really can play three downs.
Andre Ellington back out on the practice field today as well?
he was out there kind of taking it slow a little bit. He talked about how he gained a little bit of weight. He's up to 195 now, which is something he's not used to. He likes the weight, but he's not used to it. But he says once he gets his cardio back and he works out, he gets back in shape. He wants to be out there Saturday when the Chiefs come here. He says if it's a game time, he's going to be out there. I don't know if Coach Arians has that same viewpoint, but Andre Ellington says he wants to play Saturday night.
Well, Coach was a little frustrated with the running backs.
A little?
That's an understatement.
Yeah, and they're looking. Apparently, there's a big powwow tonight with Kemp and Arians, and I know it's being reported that the Pierre Thomas, Noshawn Moreno, and Chris Johnson might be possibilities. That's currently the poll question now, by the way. So we'll see. I think this kind of validates my thoughts of Kerwin Williams from last week, who just can't play.
He certainly had a rough week last week. Of course, David Johnson's still not out there as well. New injury, Gerard Powers, looks like a pretty serious. Well, not serious, but not a minor one either.
Yeah, hopefully it's not serious enough where he doesn't play Saturday. They're gonna kind of string him along like Ellington, keep him kind of light. They're going to use some of the younger cornerbacks in his place. Justin Bethel, he was out there quite a bit today opposite Patrick Peterson, so they're going to work him in. Arians likes what he's seeing from Bethel, so maybe, again, this is a chance for Justin Bethel to show that he's worthy of a top spot. Yeah. I don't know.
Arians always talks about Bethel, and we all know he's a terrific special teams player, but I've done like a survey for 2 years here. Nobody's ever seen this guy make a play at corner. Maybe he has, but we haven't seen it. So I'm kind of curious to just see if he can do anything. I'd be really surprised if Powers played. If he's got an oblique injury, I mean, there's different levels of the oblique,
right.
But baseball, that's like a 3-week, longer than 15 days on the disabled list.
Yes.
So,
and that's hard for a cornerback when you've got to turn.
Absolutely.
And oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
you're
getting hit. It's not like baseball where you just go out there and
swing
take a few bats and stuff.
Get hit
yeah,
baseball. But the other thing is today there was the interception festival. Finally, Palmer threw 3 picks, consecutive plays to Matthews and Peterson, or Peterson and Matthew.
It was Peterson and Matthew.
One of the, and then Matthew got another one a little later on. And I actually saw Logan Thomas throw a pick on 7-on-7 today, which is almost impossible. But
it is possible now.
That would be true. So that's just a story in itself. But and not surprising. But that was the first day I think that Palmer was really off.
So for you, was it more him off, or was it Peterson and Matthews stronger?
I didn't really get to see those plays very well because coming into the end zone.
Right, they were on the opposite side of where we were.
So
right.
They got players kind of blocked if we're standing on this side, so I didn't get to see much of that. But I just thought Palmer in general, some of his throws were a little off today, and we haven't seen that really in 10 days, 8 days. How long have we been? 8 practices now?
Yeah.
So that's really the first time I think I've seen that. Some other things, Nelson ran with the ones today, and as far as the third receiver, last week it was Golden and Jerron Brown after Michael Floyd went down. And, Nelson's really done nothing since they put on pads. He was the star of, shorts.
FIFA.
Yeah, he was a good FIFA player.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he was great with that. So I thought it was interesting that he kind of spiraled ahead today. At least,
but he had a couple good catches today.
He did
some really good extensions and catches.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to see how he does in the games when people can push him around some.
Yeah, me too with Britton Golden. He looked good today. I know they're going to keep working him on special teams, but I like what I see from him. Again, he's small, but he's quick. It depends on if he's going to be durable enough, like Nelson, like John Brown, and these other smaller wide receivers.
My biggest concern is you can only have so many small wide receivers. You got to have some guys that can physically get down the field and make a play. And without Floyd, right now I think they only have one guy that can do that because Jerron Brown is pretty much seemingly about a 50% catch rate. And that's not going to fly.
Yeah, there's times when he looks excellent. You and I saw that, Bob. He looks great in the end zone, but there's times he drops easy passes, and it's like it frustrates you
even in
to no end.
Drills, the ball hits the ground with him sometimes, which is I think that's probably why he was behind. I guess he didn't have the greatest offseason, so he started this camp clearly as the fifth receiver, maybe it's six.
Lastly, another note that stuck out to me was Bruce Arians saying this afternoon Darren Fells starting tight end, not Jermaine Gresham.
I was going to talk about him. Right.
Nicholas. Is that really a surprise, though, you think? I mean, both Gresham and Nicholas coming back from injuries.
No.
And Bruce Arians has raved about Darren Fells all throughout this offseason.
There's no surprise to me in Fells. There's no surprise to me in Gresham. He said Gresham, he hasn't shown me anything. He hasn't been here. He's been here for a couple of days. Darren Fells has been here, a year or two? So he's shown him what Jermaine Gresham has not shown him yet. He said, but just because you signed on the dotted line doesn't give you a starting job. You've got to earn that thing. And right now, Darren Fells is earning it. He looked really good out there to me today.
If this team's going to max out, Gresham needs to be the tight end. And Weatherspoon needs to be playing 16 games.
Yes.
And those are the two positions, along with center, those are the three positions I was most concerned about before this even started. And
did you mention running back that before positions?
No, not before the start.
No?
I'm talking about when camp starts.
Oh, when camp starts, you're right.
Yeah, those are the big three. And nothing's changed my mind in any of those. Interestingly enough, Lyle Sendline, as I predicted on the Sports Zone today, is already the number 2 center. And Larson's not even the number 2 right guard after, at least as of today. And I would assume that he's playing for his roster spot, Larson is. But I would also assume that Sendline and Gresham, if things go as they should, they ought to be starting week 1, both those guys.
So again, Bob and I will be back out at the Nest Sports Bar and Grill, 95th Avenue in Camelback tomorrow from 11 to 3. We'll have more D-backs tickets to give away as well. What are you guys been working up on the website, NBCSports1060.com?
Right now, Andre Ellington's story is up on his reaction to what Bruce Arians said about bringing another running back, getting in shape. So story's up on NBCSports1060.com right now. Go check it out.
Poll question is, which of those 3 running backs should they bring in? So we'll get to that a little bit more tomorrow, and plenty on ASU, U of A, maybe another injury. If it's true, the second one, I don't have this confirmed yet, but that could be the second injury in basically 5 days of practice to a key player. So hopefully that's not true. We'll find out.
So continue checking out our Cards Camp coverage on NBCSports1060.com. For Bob Kemp and Ed Cole, I'm Rich Gray, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.